Mr. Manny Machado. It's a milestone we've been talking about since the beginning of the season on this podcast.
Yeah, we had a Manny Machado watch.
We did. We had the captain in our sights because not only did he have this milestone, but he's also really close to 2,000 hits as well. He had double milestone watch this year. And for a while, you were wondering which one he might get to first because the power stroke has only come as of recently. This was only his 8th home run of the season, and it's June. So he hasn't been knocking the ball over the fence.
But he's been hitting really well.
He has.
Getting on base.
He has been. And his average is up to 317, I believe, now.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And I think... not to take a quick break away from this, but a lot of players should look at Manny Machado's season this year and the start to his season, including some on his own team, Fernando. And Manny didn't let the lack of the power stroke derail him and get to him mentally. And I think he's fully bought into Schilt ball. He uses the whole field really, really well. His opposite field doubles in the gap are just a sight for sore eyes if you like that kind of thing. However, Manny Machado now getting the pitches over the inner half of the plate like he wasn't getting maybe early on in the season, and you just have to be patient in the great game of baseball.
Patience, where everybody's lacking right now.
We live in this society. Nika and I are talking about it almost twice daily now about like some other example of how instant gratification culture is ruining society. And this is another one of those instances where you should look at Manny Machado and say, like, don't worry if the home runs don't come right away. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Exactly.
And again, I think it's more important to put the bat on the ball and be use the whole field. Like it's important to have good mechanics at the plate and practice what's been preached to you. Like I think what I'm really trying to get to here is Manny Machado has embodied Mike Schilt ball. We heard the Schilt ball reference at the beginning of the season when the Padres got off to such a hot start, and we haven't really heard that as much because they've been struggling offensively, especially. That run differential has come way down. It was like hovering around the 40s after April, and it's like now in the 15s or lower. So
that's not good.
It's not good, and they've been in this prolonged funk offensively as a team. And like I think a lot of it comes from players pressing. Like Xander Bogaerts doesn't have home runs, so he starts trying to hit them, and it's like that's not your game anymore, dude. Like
you have to realize this on your own, that you have to adjust to your age group, if you will.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's old and cannot play. It's just you have to realize you are a little older. You're not 21-year-old kid that's playing baseball.
Well, and also if you want to get the pitches that you can hit over the fence, you have to first commit to using the whole field, hitting those outside pitches to the opposite field, so pitchers want to come inside on you. I don't know how else to put it, and maybe it's time for players to take a page out of Pete Rose's book, and instead of trying to tweak your swing mechanics so much, maybe you just need to make those adjustments that he made. Move up in the box, move away in the box, move back in the box, or move forward in the box, or scoot closer to the plate, I should say. Those are the only 4 moves you should make. You shouldn't change your mechanics mid-season. You shouldn't do all this extra thinking. Baseball's not a thinking game.
Yes, it's a reactionary game, and you have to rely on your muscle memory.
Yes, you do. And so I'm not a big fan of tinkering in the middle, and so Padres...
It's not going to get you where you want it in the middle of the season.
All right, well, back to Manny Machado.
Yeah.
350 career home runs for Manny. Man, oh Manny. We love him here on the Kanika Sports Show. He's just... not having the best season defensively, but still makes those highlight reel plays over there at the hot corner. And Manny Machado, if you flip to the next slide, Nika, this was an article by AJ Casavel. He is the Padres beat reporter for MLB.com. Red Hot Machado's 350th career homer puts him in an exclusive territory. I wanted to clip this article because I feel like Manny Machado just, of course, because he's not on the Dodgers or the Yankees, gets overlooked a lot as how special truly of a talent he is in Major League Baseball. And so we're going to talk about it, Nika.
Okay.
If you flip to the next slide really quick, this was the StatCast on Manny Machado's 350th homer. Always fun to look at the data. 102 miles per hour off the bat, a 26-degree launch angle, so not quite a lopping moonshot, a nice line drive there. A 74.9, so right around 75 mile an hour bat speed swing, and an 8.0 swing length. 8 feet the bat traveled through the zone.
Wow.
I don't
For
know
all
how
the
that's
people-
important, but a lot of people like this stuff. And
Yeah. It's all the statistics and number people that probably like it.
yeah, I should also point out this came off a lefty, Robbie Ray, and the Padres hit lefties terribly this year. So it was really good to see that.
Maybe the winds are changing.
Maybe. As you can see the freeze frame there, though, that I put, Manny just with the signature follow through there. One of the things that he's known for, if he ever gets a statue put outside of Petco Park,
Will that be it?
I feel like he should have the follow through. As great defensively as he's been and as many statue poses you could probably come up with for his defense alone, there's something about this follow through that's just pure beauty. And I feel like it needs to be there.
Okay.
Hey, let's clip to the next one, Nika, because I want to read some of this article for everybody.
Okay.
It's San Francisco. These days, the milestones are coming so fast for Manny Machado, he's having a hard time keeping track. The Padres star third baseman launched the 350th home run of his career in Thursday's series finale at Oracle Park, a 3-2 Giants victory, as we mentioned. A few days ago, he'd been informed by a reporter that he was only one away from the milestone. But the Padres are in the middle of a crucial stretch on their schedule, and, well, Machado has other things on his mind.
Oh, yeah?
So it wasn't until the following inning, when teammate Xander Bogaerts offered congratulations, that Machado remembered the history he'd made. "I completely forgot," Machado said. "So it hasn't really sunk in yet, but it's pretty cool, man, honestly." Yeah, there's a reason why it's pretty cool, Nika. As you can see on the next slide, we're going to continue the article. The 32-year-old Machado has put himself in some exclusive company with 350 home runs before his 33rd birthday. He's one of only 33 players since at least 1901 to reach that mark at age 32 or younger.
Wow.
And one of only 102 players to reach the mark at any age. So only 102 players all time have hit 350, and he is one of them.
That's impressive.
You got to put this stuff into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Freeman also just got there as well,
Yes.
so he is 101 as far as I know. Machado is also just 29 hits shy of 2,000 for his career. We mentioned this at the start of the episode. Only 11 players have reached those two marks, 2,000 hits and 350 home runs in their age 32 season or earlier. And this is why I wanted to clip this, Nika. Listen to this list. 8 are in the Hall of Fame. Hank Aaron, Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig, Ken Griffey Jr., Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Mel Ott, and Frank Robinson. That is an exclusive list right there. And oh, by the way, the other 3 that aren't in the Hall of Fame are Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols, who are not even eligible yet, but will be in the Hall of Fame, and Alex Rodriguez. The juice is loose. Yep, A-Rod, everybody. He did it as well, but he's probably not going to make it to the Hall of Fame because he did HGH. Sorry, A-Rod.
Hey, it's true.
But look at that list. Ken Griffey Jr., Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays. I mean, these
So-
are the greats.
Does that automatically guarantee you're going to be a Hall of Famer, or you still got to put up other numbers to qualify?
Well, I think, people want to see the solid finish to the career. I think, and I mean, obviously, when you're batting 317 in your 32-year-old season, it looks like there's a lot left in the tank. We give Manny a hard time sometimes on the show for his base running prowess and speed because he looks sometimes a little slow. But I think what I've come to learn and respect about Manny Machado is just how well he conserves his body throughout the season. Like, you can get frustrated for a guy not dogging out every single ground ball that they hit. But Manny Machado, as a veteran that stayed on the field a lot, by the way, he hasn't missed a lot of games in his career. I think it's important to say that even though it might look like he's not hustling to some people, he's conserving. He's conserving his body. He's saving it for when he needs it.
Fair enough, but he also played through injuries.
He has played through injuries. We've watched him do it. So I see some people say like, oh, he should be running out all these plays like top speed, like Blazing Saddles. And it's like, let's let him do his thing.
He was never a speedy guy. He was never there for stolen bases. He's one of the power hitters.
Absolutely. Well, if you continue on in the article, Machado seemed to be humbled about his company. He said, those guys are legends of our game. To even be mentioned in that with the careers that they've had, shoot, give me half of that the rest of the way, and I'll be pretty happy. Those guys, I looked up to all of them. They're guys you play the game because of them, looking up to them. To even be mentioned with them, that's surreal for sure. And, oh, by the way, I should let you know, Manny Machado, people are playing the game because of you now. We already know of Junior Caminero on the Rays last year. He was, like, idolizing you as a kid, and he wanted your jersey really bad, and you gave it to him, and he gave you his, and it was cute.
It was very cute, yes.
But I like to see humble Manny Machado. I think a lot of people think he comes across as arrogant or not flamboyant, but arrogant.
No,
for
that's
sure.
Tatis.
Tatis is the flamboyance.
Yes.
You know, but he is a humble guy, and he works hard at his craft.
Of course.
So, yeah, let's just finish out this little article here. Indeed, Machado seems to be on a Cooperstown-bound trajectory, Nika. He's also in the midst of one of his finest seasons at the plate. His 2-run homer on Thursday came against Giants lefty Robbie Ray, the reigning National League Pitcher of the Month, giving the Padres a 2-0 lead in the top of the third inning. Machado would also tack on an impressive opposite field single off closer Camilo Doval in the 9th, finishing his day 2 for 4. He also delivered a clutch 2-out game-tying single off Doval on Tuesday as part of a 4-hit night, and also a game that the Padres came back and won, and that was a game they were losing.
That was a big surprise
in the 9th inning. So talk about someone playing like an MVP this year. Might not be Fernando anymore on the Padres list of things. It might be man, oh man, oh Manny.
That's right.
All right. Well, if we continue on here, this is a little bit of a lengthy part, but I wanted to get into it. The nitty gritty. Padres manager Mike Schultz says he's got an approach matching that beautiful swing. Manny's clearly in a good place. Yeah. Can we get everyone else in a good place, Mike? Can we do that, please? Machado is batting .317 with an .880 OPS. That batting average, along with his .382 on-base percentage, are both career highs. He's honed a more patient version of himself at the plate with a 9.8% walk rate, well above his career average. Earlier in the season, Machado hadn't quite tapped into his power, but that's no longer an issue. 5 of Machado's 8 home runs on the season have come over the past 2 weeks. Last season, Machado set the franchise home run record, passing Nate Colbert's long-standing mark of 163. Thursday's blast was his 175th as a Padre, with presumably many more to come. And yeah, I think there will be at least 150. I think he's going to hit 500.
So will that guarantee Hall of Fame, or that's
most likely?
Most likely,
unless you juice.
Well, I don't think many's.
I think 400 would guarantee him Hall of Fame, to be honest, as a corner infielder. But I'm obviously blessed, Machado said of number 350. It's a huge accomplishment, a big milestone for sure. I'm grateful for the opportunity. End of article. And yeah, just to piggyback off of where we just broke off there, I do think he is on a track to hit 150 home runs. You know, it's not easy. He's got to average 20 more approximately per season after this for 8 seasons. That's 160, but obviously that puts him over. That's not counting what else he hits this year.
Okay, and he has a long contract.
He does.
So he has the time, and he will stay with the Padres. This is his final destination.
Unless they trade him at the end of his career. I don't think that's in the cards. You know, might have been in Peter Seidler's will that you cannot trade Manny Machado no matter what. I think he was his favorite player, and one of the reasons why the Padres paid him what they paid him.
Well, at this point in contracts negotiations, he is a steal. for a third baseman with that much money.
He is now in today's money.
In today's
in
money,
2019, he was considered an overpay.
Sure.